Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. Before starting my own presentation, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Rizka Nurmala. I'm from B1 Class English Education 2019 and my NPM is 19220066. Okay, today I would like to take this opportunity to deliver the message of my proposal and the title is Teaching Reading Narrative Text Using Scientific Approach with TPS at MTS At-Taqwa Cihampelas. Okay, one is background of study. English is a language that is very universal and worldwide. English is also an international language used to communicate with others. In learning English and Indonesians, you must have four skills in mastering language, namely reading, speaking, listening, and writing. Background of study. In reading activities, the teacher shall be able to guide students for the purpose of reading. There are 10 goals of readings. 1 is finding the main idea, 2 choosing important points, following the instructions, determining of reading organization, determining the image, visual and other imagery, ground calculation, suspect meaning and predict impact and conclusion, summarize what has been read, and 9 differential operation fact, and 10 obtain information from various special means such as encyclopedias, atlas, and maps. Can ask several problems in reading comprehension skills. 1 is students tend to be passive when they read the text. 2, the lack of vocabulary students have. 3, lack of study motivation and learning English. And 4 is the teacher is usually not suitable for using strategy when learning. Okay, next is Think Partial is cooperative learning strategy that can promote and support higher level thinking. The teacher asks students to think about a specific topic paired with another student to discuss their own thinking and then share their ideas with the group. 2 is research questions. There are 3 questions. 1 is how is scenario and the implementation of teaching reading using scientific approach with PTS to students of MTS At-Taqwa Cihampelas. 2 is what is teacher and student response towards teaching reading using scientific approach with PTS to students of MTS At-Taqwa Cihampelas. And 3 is what are the students' difficulties in learning reading skill using scientific approach with PTS to students of MTS At-Taqwa Cihampelas. Okay. Next is object of research. According to Kurzweil, 2009, objectives indicate the goal of or objectives of a study. So as the goal of this research are to know the scenario and implementation of teaching reading using scientific approach with PTS to students of MTS At-Taqwa Cihampelas, to know the teacher and students' response toward teaching reading using scientific approach with PTS to students MTS At-Taqwa Cihampelas, and the last is to identify the students' difficulties in learning reading skill using a scientific approach with PTS to students of MTS At-Taqwa Cihampelas. And next is significances of the research. For teachers may become a comparative study from other teachers in teaching reading. 2 can use this research for instructional materials. 3 find an interesting, useful, and effective method in teaching reading. 2 for students improving reading ability skills, enjoying the funny classroom, and 3 having multiple skills include communication and presentation skill, organization and management skill, self-assessment and reflection skill, group participation and leadership skill, and critical thinking. For next learning process, 1 is as a reference for the learning process, especially in reading skill, and to know this comparison approach towards students' improvement in reading. Okay, uh, next is definition of key terms. One is scientific approach, has a characteristic of highlighting the dimension of observation, reasoning, discovery, validation, and explanation of a truth. Two is reading. Reading is one of the most important skills in learning language besides listening. Three is teaching reading means. Teaching reading means activities undertaken to learn how to produce language understanding well. And four is think per share is that gives the opportunity to the student to work alone and also in a group. Okay, next is core values. There are 8 core values point. One is the nature of reading, 2 types of reading activities, 3 teaching reading, the genre of the text, teaching reading using narrative text, think per share, teaching think per share, and purpose of study. Next is methodology and research products. There are three is research method, 2 preparation procedure, and 3 implementation procedure. Subject of the research. The population of this research is the students of MTS Attaqwa 2019 until 2020 academic years. Total students are 40 with a specification of 50 male students and 25 female students. Okay, next is instruments. Questionnaires are given to give students the opportunity to express their feelings and perception about reading and how to teach reading. Interviews are activities which a researcher asks students' opinion and their feeling about teaching technique and the difficulties they teach using this technique. And 3. Observation is an activity carried out by the researcher during the teaching and learning process. And the last is reading rubric. Okay, the last is data technique and analysis. Data technique method of data is the technique are used by researchers to collect data. Technique can be seen used through questionnaire, interview, observation, and etc. Data analysis is the review process, sorting and grouping data in order to formulate working hypotheses and live into conclusion or theories in the research findings. Okay, that it's all for me. Sorry for any mistakes. And thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.